he's just Andrew. He's no longer a prince. And she is celebrating from the heavens right now, saying, I did it. This normal girl from a normal family has taken down a prince. We are so proud of her. Her survivors are proud of her. Her sisters. This is a moment that is unprecedented in history. Period.
Returning to Newsnight are Skye and Amanda Roberts, brother and sister-in-law of Virginia Giuffre. Skye, Amanda, welcome back to Newsnight. Can I ask you both, Skye first, how would you tell our viewers of this moment in your life?
I would start with that it's a bittersweet moment, that we feel like it's a very vindicated moment for our sister, but it's also very surreal.
Of course it is, because this was what she wanted in her lifetime, Amanda.
Yeah, I was at work when I got the news, and I just had a moment where I broke down, because it is surreal that she's not here and that she didn't get a chance to see this in her lifetime. But it's amazing, and everything that she fought for was not in vain. And it truly is a moment for her and all survivors.
Thank you for joining us. I'm getting an easy understanding of how difficult it is. But we wanted to begin our programme by talking about Virginia Giuffre. So can I just stay with your sister and her determination? Do you think that in writing this book, she hoped that her life's account would be heard at the top of the royal family in the United Kingdom? Was that one of the reasons she took to making her account public, Skye?
I think it's very much a reason she put to make, her account public, but I also think it was for justice and accountability for all survivors out there. It wasn't just about reaching the royal family, it was about holding anybody that's been implicated to account. And I think the king is setting a precedent for the rest of the world leaders out there to actually come forward and say, you know what, even if it is my brother, I'm going to hold him to account, because I believe survivors. I saw it in the statement earlier today of, survivors are front of mind, and we have to continue to keep that front of mind. But it's not enough. It's not enough. We have to have some sort of investigation that goes further into this. I mean, he's still walking around a free man. I commend the king. I think he's doing an amazing job as a world leader, setting a precedent. But we need to take it one more step further. He needs to be behind bars, period.
Right. So will that happen by him cooperating, Amanda? How will the case against Andrew Mountbatten Windsor go forward from here?
I think both countries need to look at collaboration here. The U.S. government hold the key to the larger scope of the Jeffrey Epstein case. So Prince Andrew may be just one of those people that are implicated, and I do believe if he's willing to come forward now and cooperate, it will lead to the larger scope of what really gone on here, because there's so many people that need to be held accountable. And again, the UK is setting an example for what the US should be doing right now. And I would ask that your leaders put that pressure on our leaders to do the right thing.
In the recent publication, Virginia described that she was raped and choked by a man who is an ex-prime minister. He's not named. Do you want action against that person swiftly? Do you want this moment to be unlocking the doors against other men who abused your sister, Skye?
I think the king is paving the way for the rest of the world to follow suit. You can do a simple Google search to figure out who that prime minister is. My sister was afraid for her life to even name that name, because it is that dangerous for survivors to come forward. It's that dangerous for them to be sued into homelessness for the rest of their lives. You don't understand. We can't keep putting this on survivors. We have to take action. The king is taking action. The public is taking action. And now it's time for us to just do the right thing, to take action. And yes, absolutely, he needs to be brought to justice the same way in a public light that the king has now brought Prince Andrew to light. We need to put the same other people to light. And there's many more of them. I promise you, there's so many more of them to be brought to light.
I will ask the co-writer of Virginia's book in a moment to reflect on the same question. Could you contrast your sister's start in life with Prince Andrew, the man known as Prince Andrew, now Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, and what reaction she might have had in her lifetime to this development today?
I would say she'd be so proud. He's just Andrew. He's no longer a prince. And she is celebrating from the heavens right now, saying, I did it. This normal girl from a normal family has taken down a prince. We are so proud of her. Her survivors are proud of her. Her sisters. This is a moment that is unprecedented in history. Period. That's it.
Skye, you've joined our programme, you've rejoined our programme. There was a risk that you would be overcome. I hope you don't feel that we've taken advantage of this moment by asking you, because we're all struck by you coming back to this moment. So thank you for sharing that with us. Amanda, I will ask you in the same spirit to thank you and to ask you the same question. I contrast the start in life of Virginia with Andrew and ask you how this moment would be received by her.
I remember last night before I went to bed, I looked at her photo and I had said, Virginia, we need a win. Everything that you've done, tell us that we're doing the right thing. And this happened today. And so I just know that, like, she would be so proud. And she would look at her children and say, yeah, I take down the bad guys.
And just before we lose you both, you're both at this moment in tears. Can I ask you just to take this moment and pause and leave us in a different note? You're her brother, Skye. Without asking you to repeat the emotion that you just have, could you look at us and just tell us your views about your sister's achievements, and we'll say goodbye on a stronger tone.
Look at your own sisters. Look at your own mothers and daughters and just tell them you love them. She was extraordinary. She did the extraordinary. And she was goofy and fun and exciting. And you, if you got to know her on a personal level, oh, God, it's such a privilege. So I'm so proud of her. We're so proud of her. Thank you to the UK. Thank you to the King. Thank you to everyone fighting for her. And I hope that we can keep going for all these survivors out there, for her and for them.
Thank you both. Apologies that we've had to go very close to your soul, and thank you for finding those words at the end. Thank you to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.